Welcome back, everybody, to Sengoku Dynasty multiplayer series. We are here on over at the Hoku. I can't remember the name of the town. Anyway, the abandoned village or the refugee village, whatever it is. We're back. We're gonna be building. That's just a root? Okay. What is that? Feathers. Oh, hey, I'll take feathers. Heck yeah. Did the tree start dropping feathers and I just haven't paid attention? I think it probably has. We are back though doing some multiplayer work. We need to add a few houses. I forgot what I even adding houses is what I titled this. Okay, yeah, I had to look up to see. We're back adding some houses. We need to probably start working our actual village assignments and whatnot to better our future for the village. We have a few people that have joined our village. We need to get some more, and I would like to. I'd like to see the jobs and stuff sorted out. No space. Okay. We're just going to run these over here to the storage and put them down and then go grab some more trees. I need to probably clear out my inventory too. So, real quick though, Zero re-upping that membership for 9 months. Streak 11-month total. Thank you very much, Zero, for re-upping that membership. Much appreciated as always. And Yui re-upping that membership for 37 months. Much appreciated. Remember, if you're a member on the channel, I do have some members-only videos. New one out this past Saturday and another one coming soon. This next Saturday, I hope. That's the plan anyway. So don't forget to check them out if you are a member. You have access to those. And the quality is getting better of those. I've been working on the quality a lot, so it's getting better. Hopefully it'll get even better. But it's a work in progress. It's coming along. But yeah, go check them out. If you're a member, don't miss out on them. That includes Patreon or Twitch, if you're a subscriber over on Twitch, or if you're a member on FarmerDeuce only, then yeah, go check the videos out. Go check out where we can cut some more trees down that's close. These trees are not growing back yet. It doesn't seem like. Maybe these small ones will turn into big ones if we leave them. I doubt it. I don't think they will. The trees just aren't growing back yet. They really need to get that fixed. So that should have been one of the first things implemented for a game, I think. Just me, though. But yeah, anyway, if you're watching back later, go check the other channels out if you want to. If you want to see some Farm Sim or some PixelDeucePlays channel, if you want to check out some Dinkum and Harvest Moon, go check those out too. 3 different channels, different content on each, so lots of stuff to choose from. Mystified, how's it going? Good to see you. Oh no, sorry, that's not Mystified. That's Mystery Man. What's up, Mystery Man? How's it going? Sorry, I just glanced down, saw the name. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Yep, just doing a little tree chopping. I'm gathering up a bunch of lumber first because I know we're gonna need a bunch. Not only just lumber, but stones probably too. But I don't know how many stones we have. We can check that in a minute. We can always go grab some if we want to. Oh, also remember, if you do want to jump in and play with me, viewers are welcome. You don't have to be a member or anything to play. You can jump in. The server name and password is usually tagged at the top or pinned at the top of the chat. So if you do want to jump in, Mondays around 1 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. Eastern time. We play for an hour and a half, 2 hours, depending on when I start. And you're more welcome to join me. I know it's not ideal time for everybody. I get that. I do what I can when I can, though. Wait, why could I not pick that up? I had room. That I don't understand. Transaction declined. Wait, what? Transaction declined. What does that mean? Transaction declined. Oh, I bet it was the... But it was the feathers? Let me see. Yeah, transaction declined. Okay. I was like, wait a minute. That's new. Transaction declined. That's weird. It seems very strange for them to put that in there. But hey, whatever. You know. It's not. I'm not the one developing the game. I know I just chopped a tree down. There it is. I know I just chopped a tree down up here somewhere. I got logs waiting on me. Get all these picked up. Yeah, I figure we get enough logs put together. We could start working on it. Oh god, dogs barking everywhere. Oh, that skinned it. It's not what I was working on, but alright. There we go. Get this one chopped down. God, I might have to go see what these dogs are barking at. Get on my nerves. There we go. That one's a big one. We'll chop it down too. Yeah, give me like 2 seconds. sounded like they were in my yard, and I was like, why are there dogs in my yard barking? My dogs are in here asleep. So, no, they're running my yard. They're next door. Which is still pretty close to my yard. Makes total sense, though. All right, how many more can we get in here? Let's do this. That leaves that open. We can get at least 2 more of the big trees. Let's go ahead and get those in. Tara, how's it going? Welcome. Good afternoon, good morning. Yeah, whichever. If you're on the West Coast in the U.S., it's technically still morning for you, so I guess that works. Good morning, good evening, good night. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's not good. On your way. Well, hang on a minute, because my game just froze up. Yeah, my game just locked up, so I don't know. I've had this happen, but only like first day, like launch week, have I had this happen. This hasn't happened since. Okay. Well, this is awkward, isn't it? I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with it. Maybe because you're logging in, that's very possible. We'll wait and see. We'll give it a minute. Jeff said, "Do I find this title better or worse than Medieval Dynasty? Tried playing Wild West Dynasty, but since the update, it keeps crashing. I haven't done the Wild West Dynasty update. I plan on doing it tomorrow. Actually, Wednesday, because tomorrow is supposed to be our Talking Tuesday. I think I gotta put together games and such I'm going to be talking about tomorrow, I guess. I mean, so thinking back to early access Medieval Dynasty versus early access Sengoku Dynasty, there's way more stuff in this than there was in early access Medieval Dynasty, right? Like, I'm just trying to think back to Medieval Dynasty being out 2 months versus this being out 2 months. Or 3 months, whatever. I mean, anywhere right there is close. There's a lot more in this game as far as the mechanics go. There's a lot less story involved, which, I mean, even Medieval Dynasty, once you finish the actual storyline, you kind of make your own story. So that's kind of what this is too. It's just on that. Everybody complaining because there's not enough content. Has either one, not played Medieval Dynasty, two, forgotten what it was like early access Medieval Dynasty, or three, there's just no direct story that you're following to begin with, like Medieval Dynasty had. Even though it was short, there's still a direct story. There was some background. There's not as much of that in this, so I kind of see that point too. But I feel like this one has more mechanics in it as far as stuff like that goes versus Medieval Dynasty when it was. No, it's frozen. It's frozen. Just be frank. The game locked up on me. I think I might have to restart it. I'm giving it a minute though. We're going to wait and see. But yeah, I think the mechanics of this are better than Medieval Dynasty 3 months in. But I think overall the idea of Medieval Dynasty came together a little bit better than the idea of this because of the setting this is supposed to be in, right? This is supposed to be set in the Sengoku era, but it's actually set just after the Sengoku era. So like, we're not part of the battles or any of that kind of stuff, the warring tribes. We're just doing the same thing we did in Medieval Dynasty, so we're not really part of any of that. So I think the idea of Medieval Dynasty came together better than the idea of this one. But I think the mechanics in this one are better by far because there's way more stuff you can do. There's way more steps to get things done, I guess. It stopped loading? All right, cool. We'll just tab out and close this. And I'll reload it. I didn't get to save it, so all that work I just did is kind of null and void. Just go over here to, go over to Steam and stop it. Gonna have black screen for a second. But Wild West Dynasty, I haven't checked out the update yet, and I can honestly say that right away the idea of Wild West Dynasty is fine, but it's just really not well done at all, I don't think. I think it could have been much better done. But there's a lot of, again, there's a lot of little things that kind of happened to kind of force them to do things in a rush. You know what I mean? Like, just from my understanding, there's a lot of little things there that had to happen. So, remake this here. But yeah, I honestly, like, I can see the I can see that this being a great game at some point, much like Medieval Dynasty. I just don't know. So as much as I don't want to think this, I think honestly that the really bad launch day and opinion of everybody for Wild West Dynasty, I think everybody was expecting something like Medieval Dynasty, like this, you know. And I don't want to think this, but I think this is probably what it is. And again, I say I don't want to think this because I don't know that this is true, but it seems to me like, and again, this is just my opinion, but it seems to me like a lot of people that aren't fans of the Dynasty series as a whole, but they played Medieval Dynasty and loved it, well, they were expecting Medieval Dynasty, but in the Wild West for Wild West Dynasty. And because they didn't get that, it turned them off to any future titles. And there's actually some reviews that specifically state that they burn a bridge on this one. I won't be playing any future titles from this developer or this publisher or whatever. So I think that could be a lot of it, you know. But to me, the publisher's not the developer. They should have quality control, and they should have done a better job. Yes, it should be a same or higher standard than what Medieval Dynasty set for the company. I get all that, but in my opinion, that seems to be the reason a lot of people are turned off from this one is because of Wild West Dynasty. So it's just a really strange kind of all at once kind of thing, you know? It's a really strange kind of all at once deal that happened. So I don't think, it doesn't seem like they're going to recover too well from Wild West Dynasty. I hope I'm wrong. And honestly, I touched on this in the last Talking Tuesday because there was an announcement about Pirates Dynasty changing to Pirates Republic shortly after or shortly before the last Talking Tuesday, and I gave my opinion on that. That I think part of that may have been just to separate from the Dynasty name. And again, that's just all opinion. I don't know if any of that's fact or not, but and I'm not trying to berate the game or anything either. I think there's a lot of people that were really, really let down. They spent money on something that they thought was going to be great, and it turned out to be kind of a shell of what it was looking like it was going to be. But this game definitely has potential, Tara. Yeah, for sure. What's up, Spider? How's it going? Yeah, this game definitely has potential. I mean, large potential to be a great game, much as Medieval Dynasty, but I don't know if the player base is still there for it. I think most people are honestly just waiting on no more space. Oh, what? Oh, that's because we hadn't put everything away yet. That's right. Okay. I forgot. I was like, what happened? Yeah, we had to, since we restarted. I just don't know that a lot of those people that were diehard Medieval Dynasty players are going to give anything else a chance. Because Medieval Dynasty is I'm not playing it right now, but it is probably one of the best games I've played in the last 5-10 years. Like, honestly, it's that good all around. I think it's a fantastic game that deserves tons of respect, and that has done very well for itself, and really, really, really gone up in value, gone up in stock. Not down. So like, there's a lot of things to be said about Medieval Dynasty, but it not being a good game is not one of them. It is definitely a good game. And I think if they would have just built off that model for Wild West Dynasty, or just shelved Wild West Dynasty and not even released it, I think they would have been better off. And again, that's all opinion. And I'm not trying to tell Toplets how to do their job or whatever. I mean, they're the ones that publish games, not me. Just from a player and a consumer perspective, it seems like, again, in my opinion, it seems like releasing Wild West Dynasty actually hurt them more than it helped. But I did see a tweet just before I started streaming from RenderCube, which is the developer of Medieval Dynasty, that Medieval Dynasty has passed 1.5 million copies sold, and it's much deserved. It's a fantastic game. I just hope that going forward that Toplets and whatever developer they use from now on, or whichever developer they use for each game, because having multiple developers is great because you can keep one game going, updating it while starting a new one, and that's key to putting out good games for people, right? You don't want to overload one developer because then then you won't get a good product. You'll get two mediocre products. But honestly, there was just a lot of stuff apparently that went down with Wild West Dynasty, and I wish it could have been on Unreal Engine 5 or whatever this and Medieval Dynasty are built on is what it should be built on. It should be the same or higher standard from here on out for them, and I really hope that Pirates Republic is doing that. So, but yeah, in short, too long didn't read version. I think this game, in some ways, is better than Medieval Dynasty. In some ways, it's not. And that's going to be the case going forward, probably, more than likely, for a lot of different things. It's probably going to be the case because they're going to take some things from some games and have the developer work that in, and they're going to drop some things from some games and change it up or whatever. So yeah, anyway, I think there's a lot to be said for Sengoku Dynasty. I think it's a great game. I just feel like it's a little weird calling it Sengoku Dynasty when this is technically after the Sengoku period or toward the end of the Sengoku period, which is kind of a big selling point for it. But I mean, does that make me not want to play it? Not really. I like the game. I think it's a good game. They need more YouTubers to showcase it. This game or Wild West Dynasty? I mean, I'm serious. I'm serious, Tara. I think a lot of YouTubers jumped off the bandwagon as well. I think you'll see 10 times the amount of YouTubers coming back to Medieval Dynasty multiplayer on the multiplayer, the co-op map, than you see right now playing Sengoku Dynasty, making videos on it. I mean, some people have already given up on this. Like it's that. It's that far out for people with the opinion that they just can't trust the Dynasty series anymore, But for me, that's not really the case. I mean, like I said, I'd planned on doing Wild West Dynasty again this week just to check out the update, see how it's going. I've not given up on Wild West Dynasty. I've still got it installed. I've still got my save, even though I think with the update you got to start a new save. But yeah, I want to go back to Wild West Dynasty. I want to see it work too, but. I think a lot of people, just in the court of public opinion, I would say, Wild West Dynasty probably, again, from a consumer point of view, it seems like it might have actually hurt more than it helped. So, I think a lot of people just turned off a lot of people to this. To the whole Dynasty series. Like anything you see that says Dynasty and then Toplets after it, it's like, oh no, I'm not. This game was trash. I'm not going to trust him with this one. I'm not giving him more money. You know what I mean? Like that seems to be a lot of people's opinion. But again, not for me. I'm still going to play Pirates Republic when it comes out. If Cuba Libre ever comes out, I'll play it too. I haven't heard anything about that one in a long time though. That one may be done, so it may be over and done with. But I will definitely play any Dynasty game they put out. The one that I want to happen most, which has never been, they've never talked about it, and I don't know if it will ever happen, but is Farmer's Dynasty 2. I haven't heard any news about that or anything. I've just been saying it because I want people to start, pushing. I want to see them make Farmer's Dynasty 2. I want to see them make it on whatever graphics engine that Medieval Dynasty this is built on. I think it'd be a huge step in the right direction for them. I think it'd bring back a lot of player base. I mean, that's the game that got me was Farmer's Dynasty, the original one. And I've been a Toplitz fan since. And again, you know, you say what you want to, but their games are enjoyable for the most part. I mean, again, if you leave out Wild West Dynasty and then some of the updates we had to work through for Medieval Dynasty, even, I don't think there's anything wrong with the games they put out. I think a lot of it might just be the way that it's done. You know, like Wild West Dynasty, for instance, seemed to be kind of rushed out for whatever reasons. So yeah, I don't know. Wild West Dynasty turned me off because the basic game mechanics aren't there. Yeah, no, that's fair enough. That's fair enough, Jeff. Yeah. You don't need to add features without addressing basic flaws first. Exactly. Yeah, yeah. And again, I think that turned a lot of people off to just anything that says Toplitz or Dynasty on it. You know? I don't think it was so much... that it was a copy-paste, because that's basically all the Dynasty games after... I mean, with starting with Medieval Dynasty, everything after that so far has been kind of a copy-paste, and that's the way it looked like Pirates Dynasty was going, but I think they've changed their minds now. I don't know. But changing it to Pirates Republic, and you know, you being more of a pirate on the sea than on, you know, building a village on land, it would be a little harder to do, but they could still implement some of the same things. You know, recruiting sailors and having people do different jobs and such. Like, all that still could be done. So it could still be called Dynasty, where you could, like, you know, get married, have a kid, pass it down to your kid, that kind of thing. That's still very possible. I just don't know if they're going to do that with it. So it's going to be interesting to see going forward. But anyway, yeah, there's my 2-minute rant that lasted for 15 minutes. So, yeah, no, I honestly believe that there's a good chance of this game being a great game at some point. And there's a good chance of Wild West Dynasty being a pretty decent game at some point. Something that would be fun and playable. But you're right, though. The mechanics just aren't there. They just aren't there. Oh, no space for item. I feel like I was probably full. But yeah, you know, have over 1,200 hours in MD and still going. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, man. I mean, it's, you know, it's such a universally great game. There's so many different ways to play it. I think the only downside was that there's only one map, and the co-op is fixing that issue because Oxbow's coming out, so you'll have another map. You know, I think that kind of fixes some of that issue where people are, oh, you know, I'm getting bored. I've built everywhere I can build, kind of like me. Like, I've kind of done all I can do. So, what's the plans for the day? We need to add a few houses and then work from there. So, if you want to slap down some framework, I've cut up a bunch of logs. Let me save real quick. Speaking of which, just so we don't lose this again. Yeah, override it. Okay. But yeah, just build some houses and kind of set up some framework of getting our town in order and start getting people to do jobs, basically. That's kind of the goal for the week, I guess. After this, we'll then start working on other stuff. But for right now, I mean, I think we've kind of hit our maximum of things we can do. I mean, just like we were talking about just now, you know, there's not a lot of content. But there's enough here that we can keep going for a while, you know. Again, sometimes you just got to make your own content. You know, you got to make stuff up as you go. So, but yeah, I'm not bashing Toplitz by any means. I've always been a pretty big supporter of Toplitz, even when they were going through the DMCA days with Farmers Dynasty. I kept making content. I was one of the few people that continued to make content on it. While all the other big guys stopped, because I truly believed in what they were doing, and turns out I was right. There was no fault on Toplitz's side for it was a disputed claim and stuff, and apparently they were cleared because they got to put the game back up on Steam. So I made the right call by continuing to support them, even though they had issues going on and the game was pulled off of Steam. If you had it, you could still play it, but if you hadn't bought it yet, you just couldn't get it until that was resolved. But I've been a big supporter of Toplitz since the first time I played Farmers Dynasty. And then moving over to Lumberjack Dynasty was pretty great too for a while, but I just got tired of having to wait on the dryers, honestly. Like, that was my big pet peeve with it, was waiting on the dryers to make money. So, Got one framework. Cool. Cool. Yeah, I'm just chopping logs to see if I got enough in here. I'm probably gonna turn all these into planks. I think it's probably a good idea. Go ahead and do that actually. I need to make more. Need to make more than that. Craft more. Yeah, let's go ahead and make all these into planks. We're gonna need a bunch of planks, and I think there's some sticks in here too. I don't know how many I've got, but yeah, I mean, I've been a huge supporter of toplets from day one. I've had my criticisms, yes, but I think it was always constructive. I would like to see this instead of this. I think this is kind of silly the way it's happening and the way they're putting this out there. You know what I mean? Like, I've tried to be pretty constructive with the criticism, not just go, "Oh, this game sucks." You know, like that's not a criticism. That's just laziness. Let's take some stone, take some sticks, take some bamboo just in case, take some lumber. There we go. But yeah, you know, I mean, overall, I think I've been a pretty good supporter of toplets over the years, and I really appreciate the work that they're doing because this is totally different games than what we get normally, right? So, I think it's a pretty great thing they've done, changing up the landscape of survival stuff. I just think with Wild West Dynasty, it kind of threw everybody off, and a lot of people just didn't want to commit to anything further, you know, from toplets, which I kind of understand. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of get it. Wait, what's happening right now? Oh, there we go. I kind of get it. I hate it. You know, I hate it for toplets, but I kind of understand from a consumer perspective why you wouldn't want to spend money on it. I think we need to do more quests so we can open up more buildings. I mean, you're probably right. Yeah. I just wanted to get some people in here and try to get some of the dynasty stuff sorted, because right now it's like we're literally slim for workers, and having a few more workers, we could probably do a lot more. I mean, just views alone for my channel. You know, toward the end of Medieval Dynasty, I started picking up more views, but the series is coming to an end, so I feel like people, you know, came back to watch kind of the end of the series or whatever. But even the first video for Sengoku Dynasty has not been, you know, quite as good as the last video for Medieval Dynasty. So there just wasn't as much hype around this game. And Wild West Dynasty did okay the first day, but after that it was done. I mean, it was done for. So. Yeah, I just think from a consumer perspective, I think people are just wanting something totally different. You know, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but it's not what you got. You know, so you either like it or you don't, and some people don't like it. So, yeah, I figure we get a few houses built, Tara, and then we can, you know, I'll start moving stuff around and people around and whatever, making sure people have jobs and houses and whatnot, and then. You can go open up some quests if you want to. I think that would be fair enough. Go over and grab some more. Is there a general in this one? I think there is. I need some more, or a lumber storage. I need some more logs. Yeah. Go. But yeah, I mean, if I'm wrong in my opinion, feel free to leave me your opinion. But especially if you're watching later, just leave me in the comments below. I'll read all the comments. I may not comment, but I'll leave you a thumbs up or whatever. Like, I'll get to it at some point. I promise you. I need firewood. All right, we can do that. I think I need what, straw for this one? Yeah. So we need firewood and straw. I agree. Toplets extended more control for this way. For Q&A for Wild West Dynasty, it would be a better title. I mean, I don't know though. I don't know if that's the case. You know what I mean? Like I think honestly, it really comes down to is what could they have done differently? Could they have done anything differently? You know, like that's the big question: is could anything have been done differently? And I don't think so. I think they did all they knew how to do. With the situation they were facing, I guess is probably the best way to say it. But we've got straw. I thought we needed straw. No, we needed grass to make straw, but we have straw on us. That's fine. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think that they've had a very good opportunity to do something great, and it seems like it was kind of lost somewhere for some reason. So I'm not real sure why. Oh, keratin item collision. Back up a little bit. There we go. Sorry, I had one of those car warranty phone calls pop up. Oh, we're not done here? Oh, we're done. Sorry, I was looking at my phone. There we go. Thought we were done there. All right, that house is done. Sweet. Let's go help Tara with this one. What are your thoughts on the farming update for this? I have no idea. I haven't gotten that far yet. Oh, I like the way this is facing. This is nice right here. It's real nice. Yeah, I have no idea. Is there a farming update for this? Oh, for Wild West Dynasty. I haven't played it yet. I have it updated, but I haven't got a chance to play it. I was gonna play it last week, and I had other stuff come up, and I just couldn't get to it. I plan on playing it Wednesday this week, and then we'll get back on City Skylines on Thursday. Tomorrow we're gonna do our Talking Tuesday. We talk about upcoming games for November. If you have any upcoming games you want me to take a look at, leave a comment in Discord so that I can find it. Just in general chat or media sharing if you want to put a link to Steam in it. It's on the beta branch now. Am I playing on the beta branch? I don't know if I'm playing on the beta branch. I don't think I am. Oh, they're coming tomorrow? I thought it was supposed to be last week. Oh no, November 2nd. That was Wild West Dynasty, I think. Yeah. There we go. That one's done. I think maybe one more house would be good. I don't think we have to add it, but I think one more would be great, probably. Yeah, the farming update for Sengoku. Yeah, I haven't even looked at it. I'm going to be honest. Oh, we can now have up to 30 people. How many do we have right now? Actually, let me save real quick. I'm going to save as often as I can, just so I have it there. Let's see, Dynasty. How many people do we have? We've got 8. This is 8 of 11. Mine's only saying we could have 11 people. As far as I can tell. But yeah, Lord of the Ring, I don't know. I'm going to check it out on Wednesday. So, and we'll see. Does everybody have a job? That's something else we can let me catch up with Reggie here. You think the Dynasty franchise have oversaturated the market? I think so, because there isn't much else to make for them that hasn't been done. So I think it's a little saturated, and I think that's maybe part of the reason they're getting away from the Dynasty stuff with Pirates Republic. They've switched the name from Pirates Dynasty to Pirates Republic, and I think that's one case. That's one scenario, Reggie. And I think the other case, like I said earlier, maybe before you got here, was that Wild West Dynasty, given, I think it could still be a pretty decent game, you know, long run if they keep working on it and they keep building. I don't think it'll ever be Medieval Dynasty, and it's never going to be Sengoku Dynasty either. Sengoku Dynasty's got way more mechanics involved than Medieval Dynasty does. And it's built on a very similar or same graphics engine, so it looks just as good. But I think because this came out after Wild West, and Wild West seemed to have really hurt the reputation, because there's a lot of comments and a lot of reviews and stuff that say I'll never buy anything else from this company. You know what I mean? Like, I think, and again, I think Wild West Dynasty can still be okay as long as you know what you're buying. And I think that was the big hard part for a lot of people, you know. But I'm happy that they're changing Pirates Dynasty to Pirates Republic, and they're going to publish it as a different type of game. It's not going to be a Dynasty series. And I do think it's perfectly okay to go buy Medieval Dynasty and start playing it right now, because Medieval Dynasty is a fantastically in-depth, mechanic-heavy, first-person city builder, if that makes sense. Like, in my opinion, it's one of the best games I've seen in the last 5 years, as far as all-around stuff goes. We have 8 out of 11. We need more houses. Yeah, let's build one more. Yeah, let's build one more house, I think, and then we can move on from there. Yeah, let's build one more. How's your Skylines Venture progressing? Pretty good, pretty good. I haven't played it since the stream. I'll pick back up on stream on Thursday with it. Building Elvis's birthplace, but not really, because it's Tupelo, Mississippi, and the land around where I'm building, they didn't give an option for working in an area that's just kind of flat with a few rolling hills. Everything's got like rivers and waterways, like every map you can choose from on there. So it's not going to be the real place, but we're just naming all the roads and all that kind of stuff after Elvis. It's progressing pretty well, though, I think, anyway, in my opinion. I think it's going well. What do you think happened for people to play Sengoku after Wild West Dynasty? What do you think has to happen for people to play Sengoku Dynasty after Wild West Dynasty, if anything? I honestly, there's a lot of people that there's going to be nothing you can do. Nobody's going to change their mind. I say nobody. A lot of people are not going to change their mind. It's just not going to happen, sadly. But I think a lot of people will give stuff a chance. Once some more updates come out, once there's a big update for the game, or it goes full release or something like that, I could see people coming back